the idea came of giving intention and purpose to one of these trading accounts. You know, Nat and I have traveled the world for the last decade and a bit and have lived very, very cheaply for at least 10 years of that, where we always had free accommodation and all we ever had to do was earn enough money to buy our flights. And we calculated that over the 10 years and we never spent more than $2,000 each in a year. But incorporating house sitting, which is what we did to travel, we never had bills. You know, I think for the first 6 years, we never even had a mobile phone. We would only ever use the Wi-Fi of the house that we were house sitting. So we literally paid for nothing. And of course, now that we're all grown up and we have a rental property and we have bills and now we have another mouth to feed in the house and all that, it was like, well, what if we gave purpose to one of these trading accounts? So instead of me going, oh, here's a little $300, you know, gambling thing just to see how it goes. But now it's like, no, I need to find a starting point, and I decided it would be $500 to start with. My first trade was on the 30th. Put $375 in on that one trade, had a really good win of $200. That was within the same day. It was within about 3 hours. So then I had, you know, $700 to play with. So I put 2 trades on. And then the next day, one stopped out in profit because I moved the stop loss up. And the other one, I just decided to close because after that Federal Reserve meeting yesterday, we saw things started going down a bit. So I just closed it out and took my $34 profit. I could hear Joel from the crypto code in my ear saying, taking profits never hurt anybody. It's like, yeah, okay, well, I'll take my little profit. So that totaled $104 yesterday. And then it was such a liberating experience where everything that we've made in crypto from bots or whatever has always just stayed in crypto. I mean, at the start of last year, we did take some withdrawals out because we did our big trip. You know, we went back to Australia and we went to Europe and we wanted some extra money. So we took some crypto out. But it was so different yesterday to go, oh, well, I may as well make it the end of the month. I've got to pay rent on the first of the month anyway. So at the end of the month, whatever the profit is that this trading account has made, I'll take it out and put it towards my bills. And so 2 days trading. Yesterday, I took my withdrawal of $300 and had to go through the process. I can't withdraw direct from Bybit. I had to withdraw to like move it to Kraken, and then Kraken sent it into my Australian dollar Revolut account. And it was like, it's there. I've made the money. I went to work, quote unquote, and I've made the money to start paying my bills. So I want to do it for a whole month. And I just wanted to ask you guys, like we came up with, you know, the bill refill version of the Snakes and Ladders game. So it's like just a little game. And then Ron asked a really good question today saying like, well, if you're starting with your $500 capital and then, you know, in whatever time period, whether it's a week or it's a month or whatever, you take the profits out, do you just start with 500 again? And it made us think. We were out walking the dog and Nat and I were talking and I said, oh, well, I guess we don't have to pull out more than what, you know, we've made to cover our bills. Let's just take out what will cover our bills. And if it does go up, then increase the capital for the start of the next month. So it just gives you more to play with. So I was like, thank you, Ron. That was actually a really good idea.
Yeah, good thought. I just think that was a good idea, Ron. Yeah, to add to it. So if you end up with $700 or $800, $1,000 in there, it's really just going to exponential.
Just gives you more trades to put on straight away.
The more trades that you can put on, definitely, which I think is fantastic. It just gives you more options.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good idea.
And you know, you pack it out, you know, so it works out. You spread it a bit. Well, I think it would be good.
So, yeah. So I think emotionally, what it did for me yesterday was make me realize that giving it purpose, and I was really pondering about the idea of, well, we're playing this trading game, whether it be doing bots or following the trade alerts and putting on trades. It's like, what is the real intention for it? Is it just to make profits? And this, of course, is where I started to have to, you know, eat my words as such around the idea of goal setting and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, oh no, I can just see, I can just see that the energy of that intention and then the act. I'm really glad that I started right at the end of the month, because then in order to stick to my own new rule, I had to do the withdrawal. So now I'm sort of back and I've got a fresh slate ready to start with a new status of the Snakes and Ladders game. So I really just wanted you guys to stop and think about it. If you're going to play the Snakes and Ladders game, you know, like Nat had said in her videos that she's wanting to build up from her original $700 to have like a $20,000 trading account, because from different traders out there, you know, they talk about like to be really making good money, like the equivalent of a full-time income or more, you know, you got to have a fairly good size trading account. And it's remembering as well that your trading account is just USDT. It is just the stable coin. If you're going to use some of your profits and you want to allocate some of your profits to buying coins to hold, then do it as that kind of pay yourself thing. So it's almost like even following the concept of the bill refill or the pay your way. What did you say today, Nat? Trade to pay.
Trade to pay. Yeah.
We're trying to play around with words to say what can we call it so we know what it is. Yeah, it's like think, okay, yeah, I'm going to take a certain amount of my profits and whether it be once a week or however often, and buy some hodling coins or dollar cost average into my stash of, you know, Bitcoin or whatever your favorite coin may be. So I think that real kind of setting that intention and giving purpose to your trades and sort of planning it out a bit, it just has a different feeling. Like it was a really different feeling yesterday. So I wanted to share that with you guys to start with. So instead of sort of looking at this as just a hobby, or I'm just going to see if it works, or, you know, I just want to make some profits, and there's no problem saying I just want to make some profits, but maybe give direction to what those profits are going to. I mean, and I love it. It can be as simple as like Ron's intention, which is I want extra beer money. I don't want to have to pay for beer out of my paycheck. I want to pay for beer out of my crypto profits. It's like, awesome. You've got intention for it. You're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even a vacation. You've got like a big vacation coming up. Why not trade your way up to, you know, that money, put in $500 and the whole thing costs you $500. It's pretty awesome. Pay for your whole experience. Include some business class flights in there. Why not?
You can give it a name. Trade your way to vacay.
I like that.
Trade to vacay.
Trade to vacay. Trade to vacay.
So you can set up your trade to vacay spreadsheet, and I'm personally going to slightly change Nat's template. I need to probably see things more in just one window without scrolling across the page. So I'm just going to look for the main thing. I'm probably just going to go with results rather than punching in what all my take profit levels were set at and all that. I'll probably just do, you know, here's the amount that I went in with. Here's how I closed it, and here's the profit and or loss, and then just keep the balance running that way. So feel free to play with that spreadsheet, because we've created it to be that you just click on the link and it'll copy straight into your Google Drive, and then you can muck around with it. Hopefully, you know, if we get to be close to the end of the month, on a Thursday for us, Friday in Australia, that we'll actually make this session be about paying yourself, you know, and do that.
Well, the next one is 29th. Thursday the 29th is the last day of the month.
It only happens every 4 years. There you go. It's a special one.
There you go. So it's perfect.
Yeah. So, and even if that paying yourself, like you make the decision, it doesn't have to necessarily come back out in fair, because if your intention for this trading game, this Snakes and Ladders game, is to buy more crypto, then let's make it be the end of the month is when we actually go and do that, or at least set up limit orders for buying it at cheaper if it's not, you know, a dip at that time. But as a group, let's get a bit more intentional about it all.